You know, there's some things in this world I just didn't need to see. Sonic with teeth, for example. Sonic flossing, for example. They kind of all involve Sonic, but She-Hulk twerking is gonna have to go on that list.
Yeah, I, I don't know what to say, unfortunately.
I mean, I was trying to think of more examples besides just Sonic stuff, but I had one and then I forgot it, and I was like, well, there's a lot wrong with Sonic, so I can just go there.
An untapped well. A bottomless well.
It's just weird to me, like, Fortnite dancing and twerking are just two things where I'm immediately like, no, I'm out.
Hmm.
I'm done with this. But for She-Hulk, I'll keep going and I'll finish the series. Just for She-Hulk. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Disney Plus Pals. I am joined by Cher and Jack of All Trades. By the way, Jack, did you know there's actually a show called Jack of All Trades that has
Starring Bruce Campbell, yes.
Yeah, I just found out about that the other day, and I was like, how have I never heard of this?
Because you, sir, have not tried to find my channel on YouTube.
I was about to say, like, hopefully you don't get sued for trademark.
Ah, no.
Bruce Campbell's gonna come get you, man. After all these years, they're gonna do a reboot. You shouldn't be. That dude's got a chainsaw hand and a shotgun.
But what a way to die, man. I want that
Don't
carved on my gravestone.
just don't fuck with Bruce Campbell. Uh, Ladies and gents, we have watched She-Hulk episode 3 and episode 4.
Yes, you can blame me because Vegas literally felt like hell, and it was so hot. I lost all my electricity and AC, and
Mm.
I'll just put that image in there of a sweating me. Lots of sweat dripping everywhere.
Okay.
You're welcome.
I'm sure some people enjoy that image. Anyways, uh, moving forward, of episodes 3 and 4, I will go ahead and say I think I liked episode 4 a little better. Uh, I don't know, maybe I'll be the minority on that. Episode 3 was fine, it's just way too many jokes about Megan the Stallion.
Yeah.
Who,
And end credits. Oh, end credits.
question, do you guys know who Megan the Stallion is? Because I didn't.
Not by name, so I was really confused until she showed up in the episode. I'm like, okay, that's vaguely familiar, and then afterwards I was like, oh, okay, this song, okay, cool, yeah. I just didn't know her by name.
I believe she was in WAP, but
Yeah.
that is literally all I know about her. The
So-
real highlight of the last episode was Wong.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Well, for me, I kind of know who she is. This might offend a lot of people here, but I don't know why I thought it was Lizzo at first.
You see, I don't know who that is either.
Yeah, I don't know
I
who
thought
that
it was
is.
Lizzo, and then I thought it was Cardi B
I know
because they all
Cardi B.
sound the same.
Yep.
Sorry, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. Nicki Minaj kind of has her own thing, but I just think all the female rappers just sound the same. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but that's just me. So when I saw Megan Thee Stallion, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
When they kept saying Megan the Stallion, there was this moment where I was like, is this a really obscure Marvel villain I don't know about? So I Googled it and then I was like, oh no, it's a celebrity, okay. Here's the thing, you never fucking know with Marvel. Like, the names are all over the map. I guarantee you plenty of the Marvel superheroes could theoretically also double as rappers with their cool names. I'd go to a Hawkeye concert. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Oh yeah, definitely Black Widow.
I was thinking Rocket Raccoon.
Would you go for a Captain Marvel?
I'm just imagining like a parody of Marshmallow, but instead of the marshmallow mask, it's a raccoon mask.
What about Captain America?
Marshmallow's not really rap, though. Captain America wouldn't write rap music unless it was Hamilton themed. Captain America would just, like, I don't know, he'd have a country album. But with that, let us jump into these 2 episodes, because we got a lot to cover today. And the big theme, and the reason it's okay that we're covering these 2 episodes together, even though we had no idea this was going to be the case, is because Wong is in them both. These are theoretically the Wong cameo episodes. I do hope Wong shows up again. Like, I kind of hope he ends up being, like, an actual cast member. But after episode 4, if that's the last we see of Wong, I'm okay with it, because he made me laugh my ass off twice now.
Yeah. No, I don't expect him to stick around after that, but...
Well,
I don't think there's been any other clips of him in the trailers that I can think of.
Episode 3 was straight up like a cameo thing. Like, he showed up, he had one function in the story, and then he left. He didn't do much there. But then episode 4 comes in, and now the episode is about Wong and a case that has Wong going on.
I would agree. I think episode 4 is a little bit better than episode 3. I mean, it was nice to see Megan Thee Stallion, but, you know...
Well, the only way to definitively say whether or not episode 3, 4... Fuck, numbers. Episode 4 was better than 3... is to go through the plot. But unfortunately, me and Cher are bad at things. But Jack is good at things, and he took notes. So Jack, lead the way, even though sometimes I do take notes.
Sure.
I take notes too, but mine isn't as organized as Jack's. Mine is very chaotic, and
I've been getting shit. I've been getting shit for that in the comments. Some people are like, you make Jack do all the work. We do take notes, too.
I take notes off of my phone.
I take notes more for myself than I do you guys.
Well, I mainly take notes just because I need to remember things, because I don't want what happened with the Captain America review, where I basically just...
Yeah, we did a review where Cher forgot the movie.
The entire movie, and all I could remember was that there was a Wicked poster.
Yeah, episode starts. Blonsky in prison and everything's like, why did you break out? So I didn't. I was forced to leave myself. By Wong. And it's, oh, who's Wong?
Here's the thing.
I love Nikki's thirst trap is just, it's a picture of me with books.
Here's the thing. I think Wong was kind of shoehorned in a little bit, because, like, I don't know, that reasoning doesn't fully work for me, where it was like, oh yeah, I just got kidnapped by Wong. I wanted them to secretly be friends or something. Like, I wanted them to hang out. I wanted our dream of Wong being the driver whenever... No, Abomination being the driver when Wong goes out drinking to be a reality. But it turns out Wong might become the driver himself because of his new friend.
I need to watch Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, along with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
That one is on Disney+.
Which one?
Doctor Strange. Thor just got added too.
I thought you told me I needed to watch No Way Home first and then watch Multiverse of Madness.
I mean, it's potato. They reference each other.
Okay.
I mean, so is No Way Home back in theaters in the US at the minute?
It is.
It's over here.
It is. COVID's still happening though, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I don't trust myself going into a theater. I don't feel comfortable going to a theater anytime soon. Plus, I don't have enough money right now because of family problems and family personal issues. So yeah, I need to breathe.
One day I'll just send you a copy of it. I swear to God, I will. I will just one day decide to send you.
You can fully do that for me for Christmas.
I might do that. You don't know. That's my alley. But I don't know. I just thought that, like, they mention it with, like, a little bit of dialogue that Wong needed to fight somebody to become Sorcerer Supreme, I guess. But Steven didn't really do that, did he? Or I guess maybe he did it off screen, I guess.
Again, I need to watch Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, so I have no idea what's going on.
Well, for the record, that doesn't happen in Multiverse of Madness.
No.
That's good.
I don't know. It just seems like the writing of the She-Hulk episode is a little weird. That the
It's just that they didn't give a fantastic reason for Wong beyond. Have you ever heard of a kumite?
No, I have not, Wong. Will you explain? No.
I don't know why, when he said that, I thought he was referencing one of the periodic table of elements. But then I'm like, oh wait, I don't think that's an element on the periodic table, and I should know. I took science class. I gotta be in chemistry. I should know this.
I was about to make a joke about the elements on the periodic table, but then I realized I only know like two. I know borite and iron. That's
And
it.
vibranium.
And hydrogen. Hydrogen, helium,
I didn't know. I wouldn't have come up with any of these.
kryptonite, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, kryptonite.
my favorite, you know what my favorite element?
Unobtainium.
No,
Titanium,
kryptonite is an
yeah.
element.
Titanium is my favorite element. Not because of the song by David Guetta featuring Sia. Of course not. Oxygen is part of the elements on the periodic table.
My favorite element is borite, because borite needs somebody to love him.
Aww. My favorite element is titanium because
Woo!
Titania confirms that Legal Team is going to make it go away.
These titania.
That's my next note.
I'm surprised no one has. Maybe because she's like not a main character yet. Although maybe she will be soon. Someone should write a Titanium parody about Titania being an influencer.
I have a strange feeling she herself probably has.
I mean, yeah. Oh, you think that's in her YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, mid 2000s. She must have done a parody song. Come on.
I am Titania. I would love that. I hope
Please.
they actually do that.
Please don't do that, please.
I'll
will
do
like and subscribe to you since I have a YouTube channel and also a second YouTube channel. I will like and subscribe and follow you if you do that parody.
With both channels or just one channel?
You know, with both.
Ooh, that's big offers. Someone out there get on that.
You know, I subscribe to you, you subscribe to me, and you can watch my latest video on Barbie.
Speaking of YouTube, the thumbnails and that like montage of She-Hulk like news stories. I loved the She-Hulk not real thing thumbnail. Like that is, if that came up, I would click on that in a heartbeat. That.
You see, I'm gonna have to rewatch the episode because I was not paying attention to those.
They're all very. I mean, some of them are. They feel like, you know, when it shows someone who isn't very social media aware is trying to make something, it's like, yeah, and it's Comic Sans, and it's. But there were a few like legitimately good thumbnails, so whoever did those, well done.
I do think they referenced her actual origin in that part because, like, I'm pretty sure in her actual origin she like had a client or something that was involved with the mafia, so she got like shot, and then Bruce Banner had to give her a blood transfusion or she would have died.
Yep.
In this one, it's just Hulk blood got on her arm, and that's okay, but that's kind of less cool to me.
I got in her arm.
Oh, also, shout out to the joke I made in episode 2, not coming to fruition, sadly. I was really hoping we would just get Hulk every episode in a different scene giving Jim some advice. I didn't actually think that would happen, but I really hoped. Now that makes me wonder what the fuck is happening with Hulk. I wonder if one episode will be all about him.
Will he be featured in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Well, here's the thing, and I kind of figured out that. Here's the thing. This is how I figure some shit out with my theories. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. So I had a feeling Wong might come back, because in the Funko Pop for the She-Hulk version of Wong, Wong was holding these weapons that he did not use in his first episode, so I was like, it's weird that they would include that without including Wong actually using those weapons. He might come back in a different episode. And then he did, and in this episode, and in episode 4, he used those weapons. For the Funko Pop of Hulk for this series, Hulk is wearing a different shirt than we have ever seen him wear in any of the movies. He's wearing like a blue shirt. So to me, that is confirmation Hulk's coming back at some point. Because we got to see him in a blue shirt. So I think Hulk will be back. I just don't know if he's going to get his own episode. Is he going to, like, have a cameo at the end? Is Abomination going to go crazy and we got to fight him or something? I don't know, but I guess we'll see. But please continue, Sir Jack of all trades. I was about to call you my friend Pat.
No, I hadn't seen these Funko Pops. I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole later. Yeah. Then we get sort of the B plot is introduced. Well, no, the A plot of Blonsky and Wong. Now the B story of Dennis's ex. He's wanting the money back that he spent.
Because he thought that he was
Megan
Thee
Stallion.
Stallion. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dennis.
Dennis the Menace.
Here's the thing. I haven't really talked about it on the show. I kind of have a feeling Pug might end up being some sort of a villain. Just because I know that actor is very good at playing villains.
Oh, but he's cute. He looks cute, though.
I was gonna say, I really like Pug, so I kind of hope he doesn't.
Why is it always the cute ones?
He's just kind of sweet and charming, and, you know, I don't trust that shit. I will
It's
never
like
trust that
Hans.
shit.
It's like Hans and Frozen. Why is it always the cute ones?
If you're a decent person, I don't fucking trust you. Because everybody's either evil or damaged. Those are the two kind of people. And
So
if
wait,
you're not one of them, something's up.
You don't trust me?
Cher, I trust you implicitly. But here's the thing. If I weren't to trust you, and one day you were to betray me, I'd be ready for said betrayal. And that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Likewise.
I'm like Batman. I have a plan to take out all my friends if I gotta. That's the joke we'll make, I guess.
Despite being across the Atlantic Ocean from you, I still feel concerned.
There's a reason why Las Vegas is called Sin City.
That's my plan, Jack. To take you out, I'm just gonna blow up your entire country.
Maybe we shouldn't upload this to YouTube.
Somebody puts me on a list.
Trust me, the current UK climate's a mess at the minute anyway. It'd be easy.
But continuing.
Yeah, I really like Pug. That was my next note. Pug takes the case.
I like Pug a lot. I really hope he doesn't end up becoming a villain. I especially love the joke when the elf is possessing him and just walks out and... What is the thing he says? Did you write that down?
I didn't quote it, but something like, "Oh, I love harassing women in the workplace."
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off at that when he walks out and goes, "I don't do that. You guys know me." Yet they're all still looking at him weird. Like, even though they know that he's, like, not the shapeshifter. And fucking She-Hulk has some of my favorite fourth wall breaks in episode 3. Even though it wasn't as good as 4, I do like it. Like, specifically when she's like, just remember whose show this is, and
Mhm.
tying in the A plot with the B plot. Nice.
Oh,
That was
the
actually
tying in the A and B plot bit. That was such an Edgar Wright thing. Just the slide into. Oh, camera's flipped. Yeah, because that's messing with me. Wait. Okay, so go this way. The sort of slide into frame, say something, slide back out again.
It had me laughing my ass off. It was one of those moments where I was like, okay, maybe the fourth wall thing was a good idea for this show. I'm beginning to like it more and more. Part of me still is curious what a more serious version of She-Hulk would have been like. But then again, the more and more I think about it, we're kind of gonna have Daredevil for like serious law shenanigans. So
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm
In
kind of okay with
5
this one
years
being a
or however
comedy.
long that is away, yeah.
I mean, his show is confirmed. He's getting another show. So we'll see it when we see it. And also, the rumors about the villains for that show are very interesting. I'm not going to say who they are, but they're Spider-Man related.
Ooh.
They're just rumors. But moving on, I just
Yeah.
watched episode 4, so it's also fresh in my brain.
Okay, we'll fast forward through 3. I really liked Wong's outfit in the show. It's just this regular garb, the sort of cloak drape thing he's wearing is good fun over top. I like it. The jokes, just the back and forth of, I know what you're thinking. We should wipe everyone's memories. It's like, no, that's horribly unethical.
Fucking Wong, man. Wong is slowly. Here's the thing. I've had this theory for a while. I think I've said it in one of the shows. I think Wong's gonna die eventually. Because, legitimately, Wong is slowly becoming Mr. Cameo. And he's also one of the funniest characters in the MCU. And with, like, the MCU as it is, that's saying a lot. So I think one day Wong's going to die and it's going to be dramatic and sad.
So
But-
basically, if you're the favorite, or if you're the fan favorite and everyone likes you, you're most likely going to die.
Well, from a storytelling perspective, it makes sense to kill a character off like that. For one, Wong is not a main character still. He is a side character. He doesn't have his own show or anything.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool to have the Wong show when he's watching The Sopranos.
I have a feeling he's going to show up in Coven of Chaos, the Agatha Harkness show coming out.
Yeah.
I still want to watch it so badly.
I mean, Agatha Harkness is now out and about at Disney World for Halloween stuff. So
I want to go so bad, but I don't have enough money.
God, I need to talk about some of the Halloween stuff Disney World is doing. Jesus, I need to do a whole video about that. But
I was gonna say, save it for Halloween.
yeah, I won't do it right now because we'd be here all day with me talking about cool costumes.
We don't talk about.
I like that Blonsky. I didn't realize in the previous episode, but Blonsky's cell, when it sort of came down through the ceiling to the room with the panel of people. First, it's just like Hulk's one from the first Avengers.
Oh yeah,
Last panel circle cell. Yeah.
And he has 7 soulmates.
insect boot.
His better eighths, yeah.
Yeah, his better apes.
Who's better? Yes, Blair, Ruth, Marta, Sheila, Alejandra, Yvonne, and Nicolette.
So I will have it known, I did Google every single one of those names to see if they were secretly a Marvel character, as you do. None of them. They're all made up.
Oh.
There were a couple where you could like squint and maybe say, "Oh, maybe this person is this person," but not really. None of them look like the characters. None of the names super match. They're just all people. Normal ass hippie ladies.
Yeah. I have dream soulmates, but so far they're just celebrity crushes that I have.
You don't have a crush on the Abomination like these fine ladies?
Nope.
I can't say that I agree with that. I think Abomination is hot as hell. Me and Tim Roth will. I would love to be his
I don't
eighth.
go through all of my celebrity crushes because Tim will be here all day. All I know is it has to do with 5 Chris's, a Benedict, a Bill, and a Luke so far.
Luke Evans?
No.
Now I'm curious who the Luke is. Skywalker?
Bill Skarsgård?
No. But I kind of do have a crush on Bill Skarsgård, despite him playing a certain character that we shall not name.
Just rewatched that movie the other day. Still fucking love it.
Crazy. The shop I work at, like, you know, we sell a bunch of, like, nerdy merchandise and stuff. And there's a lot of, you know, that character.
Yeah.
You should not be named. And the sheer number of kids who come in and are like, "Oh, Dad, can we get that?"
Me and my roommate Kyle, we were those kids. Cars suck. We were those kids.
Oh, I forgot Tom Ellis.
Oh, the guy who played Lucifer.
Yes.
Okay.
But for the Luke, if you're wondering which Luke I'm talking about, let's just say he voices a certain character on the Cuphead show.
Skywalker.
It's Luke Skywalker.
We all have a crush on Mark Hamill here.
No, it's not. It's not Mark Hamill. It is just actually Luke Skywalker. He's taken up voice acting.
Then it comes back to like the Runa plot. So they're in Runa has diplomatic immunity. Haha, not in America. But Asgard is not a place. It is a people. Like that doesn't hold up in court.
Yeah, we're not allowed we're not allowed to give Thor inspirational speeches in court.
Yeah, a lot of fun jokes in this episode. Yeah.
It's definitely a quirky, fun episode. I will say, like, even though it's not as good as 4, I want to make this clear. It's still a good episode. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I've seen some people. There seem to be 2 groups of people when it comes to She-Hulk. The people who think it's charming and kind of like it, and the people who fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I think some people may hate it. I don't know if it's because it's not accurate or some of the scenes are kind of cringy. End credit scene of episode 3.
Yeah, that twerking, man. I mean, I guarantee you some people like that scene, but I also guarantee you most people hate that scene.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle. I thought it was funny, kind of. I don't know.
Blonsky is now he's free to do as he likes, except he's not allowed to transform into the Abomination, and that's where this inhibitor thing. A few caveats, but he's a free man now. Speaking of free men, Wong is now wanted.
I have a question.
Yes.
Knowing now what we know about episode 4, do you think the reason that Wong was late to Blonsky's hearing was only because he was watching The Sopranos?
I want that to be true.
I don't know that, but I like that explanation.
I want that to be true.
I feel like, I mean, we don't have another explanation. He could have been doing superhero stuff. I guess that's not impossible, but I like to believe he just forgot, left his phone on ring, and caught 4 more episodes of The Sopranos instead of helping out his friend and designated driver, Abomination. What? I was about to ask what was the after credit scene for this episode, but I just remembered it was the twerking shit.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's good that Abomination is a free man now? Like, do you think he's gonna start trouble? Do you think he's a bad guy? What do you think's up with that?
I hope he's a good guy. Like I've enjoyed Tim Roth's performance in the show so far.
Yeah, I kind of trust him. I don't know if that's what the show wants me to do, but I kind of trust him.
I trust him, but I think what they'll do is we can trust him now, but all it takes is for a Scarlet Witch Age of Ultron moment to have him do a rampage. So if they want to do that, they can. Still,
we know from the trailers he turns into Abomination at least one more time, and once again Funko Pops, because like the Funko Pop for Abomination in this show, he's wearing clothes, and we haven't seen him wear those clothes yet. Once again, guys, Funko Pops are just a good way to figure out these shits.
with a sizable Hulk smashing out of the Hulkbuster-sized grain of salt.
Oh yeah, of course. Like the time I thought there were going to be Pym particles in Black Widow because one of them showed her holding the vial of the stuff from Black Widow. And I was like, those are Pym particles! Fucking the Wrecking Crew actually just robbed an Asgardian construction team.
That's who they were. I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah, when the guy showed up with like a hard hat on, like behind her, I'm like, Wrecking Crew? And then it was. I loved that explanation of how they got this stuff in this version of the story. It's just, they just robbed an Asgardian construction worker.
So who's their boss?
That is the big question.
That is most definitely the huge question. Although what I like, what I adore, is they seem to have the names. Because the one who was trying to take the blood sample, that was Thunderball. And they just straight up called him Thunderball. So I hope they all have their names, because some of them are dumb.
Also, they all have matching uniforms. They all have a matching t-shirt with a logo on it.
Their names are Bulldozer, Pile Driver, Thunderball, and Wrecker.
Oh, that's why they're called the Wrecking Crew.
Not to be confused with Wrecker from Bad Batch.
Oh, did they came in like a wrecking ball?
I mean, I wish. I'd watch a whole music video of Wrecker from Bad Batch doing Wrecking Ball. That'd be hilarious.
She-Hulk has unbreakable skin, seemingly, in this form. And an unbreakable suit, question mark? It didn't clearly rip the suit she was wearing, so...
I have a feeling she's probably, at this point, gotten herself clothes that stretch. Because it also didn't rip when she was in the, when she was getting the job to become, like, the superhuman lawyer person. It didn't... Her dress didn't rip in episode 4. So I have a feeling now she's just realized she's gonna have to be She-Hulk a lot, so she's wearing these clothes more. Although it was really funny when she's like, help, help! And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm a Hulk. And then she just transforms and kicks their asses. But that is the big question. Who are they? Who are they getting that blood for? It's almost as if one of us had a theory that the blood might be important, and there might be a certain character trying to get She-Hulk's blood. If only one of us could have predicted that and then had a theory right now of who this boss could be. Whoever that sexy individual is, who is humble, and who would definitely not call out the fact that they had that theory. Whoever it is. Anyways, let's keep going with the story.
Good job. Fabulous job.
Yeah, I think it's Leader still. Here's the thing. I will make the argument that maybe it wasn't Leader because, God, I know it's a little confusing that I keep jumping to episode 4, but I gotta do it again because there's a character in episode 4, specifically during the dating scene, that I was a little suspect on. Because he's like, oh yeah, you're indestructible, right? You can see in the dark, you're invisible, you're quite the specimen. I don't know who that guy is, but I'm gonna make a mini theory right now. Maybe he's the leader's son, or maybe he's involved with the leader? I don't know, but I don't trust that dude and how much he was like, trying to learn about She-Hulk.
Hmm.
I don't know if that guy was just a runaway joke or if he'll come back or something, but I always... Here's the thing with Marvel. Marvel's such a weird fucking beast that there is a 90% chance if your theory references the comics and has any amount of, like, a chance of being right, it very well could be, like Kang with Loki. So I always like to bring them up, even if they're not the smartest or not the most entertaining theories. Because I am humble and sexy and want to be right.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
I'm gonna make sure that, again, between the two, I think Leader is more likely, but Wilson Fisk, Kingpin. Let's just keep that on the table. I think
we got to remember Wilson Fisk is out there, man. He's doing things. We got to be careful of
that. But yeah, then it's just who's the boss, and then it goes to the credits and then post-credit scene. So yeah.
Yeah. How did we feel about episode the third one?
Going first, I think I liked it. I liked it a lot. It concluded the Blonsky abomination, this first sort of case. Then, Ass was called out by She-Hulk. And then there's the B plot as well. There's this other case going on with Runa, Pug, and I want to say Daryl, but I don't think it's Daryl. What was his name? Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah, like that's given us two cases in the one episode. Good fun. We had all the setup from the first two episodes. This was sort of, okay, concluding it. It's giving us an example of what to expect going forward. And off we go with it. Good fun. A lot of great jokes. One of the best fourth wall breaks so far. I really enjoyed it. Do I think it was better than the previous episodes?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It might be a 0.5 better, so I think I'm just gonna leave it as is, and I'm gonna give this episode a 6 again.
I'm also giving it a 6. I will say for the story, I think the story of this episode was kind of a 5. Plus, there were a couple cartoony moments in this episode and the next episode, and I'll bring up both. The cartoony moment in this episode being that, like, fucking Jin just insulting the guy on the stand is kind of how they figure it out, and it isn't immediately called as a mistrial when the woman is dressing up as the judge. That was a little cartoony for me, that she can just do that without getting in a ton of trouble. I know it's mentioned that she's being arrested for impersonating a judge, but that's the end of the trial right there. She's lost as soon as she does that.
I mean, she didn't do it during the trial. Like, court was adjourned, and she did it.
Oh, I guess you're right. Okay, so I guess if you squint a little, it still makes sense. I don't know. It just kind of bugged me that, like, this person is directly committing, like, crimes and stuff right in front of everybody and taking other people's appearances without permission. And yet they are still trying to claim, like, the role play defense that she had. I don't know. It just kind of felt silly that people weren't calling her on that.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a flaw, because, again, I forget where it came up, but apparently one of the writers had said on Twitter or something that, oh yeah, they didn't, like, consult any legal experts or anything. They just sort of made this all up as they went.
Yeah, I forgive it. It's just a little silly sometimes, and that gets to me a little. There was another one in 4. Which we'll get in a second.
We'll get to 4.
But yeah, I think episode 3 was fun. I love Abomination's new design. I love seeing it, so I'm glad it showed up in this episode. I would really like to see that render in an actual action scene, though, because we only had the one fight with Wong, and that was like a second long. And Then we had this. I really hope before the end of the show, Abomination gets to do something cool. I don't care if he's a villain. I don't care if he's the main villain. I just want to see him have a fight scene. That is my one request. And with this episode, I laughed. It had some really good fourth wall breaks. I'm giving it a 6-2, though. I think it was just okay. I think it was fine. Shay?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought. Sorry. Sorry. I saw something on my notification that Danny Phantom was coming back, but it was just for a comic book. Whatever.
I'm still excited for that.
Sorry about that.
Comic books.
No, yeah, I agree that I'm giving it a 6. Ooh, that's 666. Ooh.
Pisto.
No, that's the next episode.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, it was fine. It was for me. It was just kind of there. I mean, I like some of the funny moments, but it was fine. Not great, but not too bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't really have that much to say, but because everyone else pretty much said the same thing I was about to say, so. And as for that end credit scene, yeah, okay.
When I saw it, I had this moment of being like, wait, are they just dancing? And then she starts twerking, and I'm like, God damn it. It was funny, but at the same time, it was like, what? But, ladies and gents, those are our rankings for episode 3 of She-Hulk. And now we are going to go ahead and move on to episode 4, which my intro for this episode is, fuck you for that Donnie Blaze joke. Fuck you. You know what you're doing, Marvel writers. Fuck you. They did that on purpose. They had a shot in the trailer where you can see everything but the D in the name of Donnie Blaze. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm confused.
Johnny Blaze is the real name of Ghost Rider. And Donnie Blaze is clearly a parody of that.
Oh, you mean to do from the Nicolas Cage? Oh.
Yeah, when he inevitably shows up in the MCU, I really hope it's not the Nicolas Cage version. I love Nick Cage, but come on, did we watch Ghost Rider? I don't want that version. I want a cool new one.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched it in like forever, so.
It's goofier than you remember. There's a scene.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene where a woman.
Especially the second one.
This is legitimately the scene that kind of made me give up on that movie. There's a scene where his girlfriend is like waiting for him to show up, and she's super nervous about the date. So she's like in a restaurant. She's in a restaurant waiting for her date, right? That's the context for this scene. And she's nervous. She doesn't know if he's going to show. So she reaches in her purse and pulls out a magic 8-ball and just shakes it and asks if the date will be good. It's one of the goofiest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Jesus fucking Christ.
The second one, they fight in a construction site and he gets on the crane and turns into a massive spinning flamethrower of death.
That's cool, though!
Yeah!
At least that's cool, stupid! I'll take cool, stupid over stupid any day. I love them too, but they're stupid.
My first note right at the start of this episode was Gravitas?
Gravitas?
Or Graviton? The gravity guy from Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I've wanted him to show up in the MCU for ages because gravity manipulation is such a cool power. But this guy's like, he had the similar hair and beard, and he's just in the middle of a stage like, levitation! I'm like, are we doing this?
It
But
did.
then
Yeah,
unhooks
I mean,
himself and throws away the
I mean,
rope.
obviously, he's no like Penn and Teller or Chris Angel or whatever, but you know.
He's very much a Chris Angel
He's a Chris Angel parody,
parody.
though.
Oh yeah, yeah, but Penn and Teller, Penn and
Hmm.
Teller's good.
It is in this scene introducing Donnie Blaze, my new least favorite MCU character, when they introduce my new favorite MCU character, Madison with a Y. But
Yeah,
it's
but
not
not
where you
what you
think.
think. I don't know why. I mean, at first when I watched the episode, I found her cringy because she reminded me of a Kardashian.
Hmm.
But then she kind of became my spirit animal a little bit.
The second she called, at first I was annoyed and I was like, please don't let this character be in the episode long. The second she starts hanging out with Wong,
It's
Yeah.
amazing. I just love their chemistry.
she called him
It
Wongers.
was probably Wongers. It was probably my favorite part of the episode was just her and Wong just hanging out watching Sopranos, and she keeps spoiling the episodes.
Donnie Blaze will pay for this. Oh, Jesus.
Actually, one more thing. For some reason, the actress that plays her reminds me of Elizabeth Olsen. I don't know why.
Actually,
see that.
same.
I see that.
Specifically at that shot in the after credit scene where she's wearing the hoodie so you can't see most of her outfit. I legit thought that was Elizabeth Olsen at first, and I like freaked out for a minute. And then I was like, oh, it's Madison.
Oh.
Okay.
Did something happen to her in Doctor Strange 2 that I should know about?
No,
Yes.
nothing. She's after the events of WandaVision, she went and she's fine. She's doing good. Nothing's wrong with her mental state at all. And she didn't do anything bad and everything is okay.
Yes.
I keep hearing rumors that she might have died.
No. I almost
No.
guarantee you she didn't die.
Yeah.
It's hinted that she might
with
die.
no spoilers at all, but she definitely didn't die.
She didn't die. Nobody died because of her. Everything is fine. Scarlet Witch is the least controversial figure in the MCU. She did everything okay, and she's currently reunited with White Vision and having their first date. Everything's fine. She did it. Cher, I will say, even though like I'm fucking with you a little, she didn't actually die. I mean that.
Yep. As we said, Wong wants revenge on Donnie Blaze for spoiling Sopranos indirectly. I took note.
This is the funniest episode, right? This episode had me laughing my ass off.
Yeah, so far. This was a really fun tidbit tangent. You could tell from the audience, like, yeah, in this world of gods and superheroes and sorcery, it's like, yeah, no one really cares for traditional stage magic anymore. Which is really weird. So I just earlier this week watched the final episode of Adventure Time ever. Adventure Time Distant Lands, Wizard City. And in that, it's like, oh, there's a wizard school, and everyone wants to go to the wizard school, and there's the different houses.
Do they get sorted with how do they get sorted into their?
Based on how well they do with like an opening ceremony thing. And one of the characters, Kadabra, in this world of actual magic, doesn't care about actual magic. They prefer the showmanship of like card tricks and like human style traditional stuff. So just in this episode, it was like, no one cares for that anymore. I'm like, no, Kadabra does.
I would know nothing about that trope. I definitely don't have a D&D character who is a stage magician who likes stage magic better than real magic, but is also a wizard. I don't have a character like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
This is why you should watch Adventure Time. Sopranos, yep.
I have never seen Sopranos, so legitimately she was spoiling the show for me too, because everybody says it's good.
Yeah, I have no intention of watching it. I think I have enough context from just cultural osmosis at this point.
And any Soprano fans, sorry, I've never seen it either.
I don't
I'm pretty
even know what
sure
it's
it's a
about.
show. I'm pretty sure it's a good show, but yeah.
I don't know if it's like a serious show or like a show about fantasy stuff. I don't know shit.
I'm pretty sure it's like soap opera.
Yeah, it's about like an Italian mobster family, I think.
Yeah.
With the name Sopranos, that's kind of what I guessed.
Yeah.
Wong
I like
seems to
Jen's
like it.
dad. Didn't say it much in the previous episode. But when he pops up here for just the first bit with like, oh yeah, oh you didn't call the police? So what's the shovel for? We're gonna dig some holes.
Jen's dad had my favorite line. What's the shovel for? Digging holes. Just the look that actor gave. I had that moment of, has this man killed someone? And I was just sitting there like, who did Bruce Banner's uncle kill?
We gotta keep a tab on this guy.
I love him. I hope he's in more episodes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think at one point I said that Miss Marvel was my least favorite Disney Plus Marvel show. And I still kind of stick with that, even though I loved Miss Marvel. But the thing I really loved about Miss Marvel was the family. Like, I loved the dad, I loved the mom. And I'm very happy to see that seems to have carried over with She-Hulk, where they aren't just jokes or they aren't characters that we're going to ignore. No, we have some interesting developments, some interesting laughs coming from She-Hulk's dad. And I like that shit. Makes the world feel more real to me.
Jen sets up the matcher profile.
Mm-hmm.
This is the dating episode. We meet. Yeah, Kneale, you said you had reservations about one of those guys. I mean, you're meant to about all of them. But
oh yeah,
off you go.
The guy who doesn't pay the check, and just how they shot that moment. It was like a fucking Western standoff when she's like looking at him, he's looking at her. They're both reaching into their wallets. She's like, okay, is he gonna offer to pay? Is this the kind of guy he is? Nope, he's answering his phone. She's left with the bill.
I had to rewind and watch that twice. I didn't realize what that was meant to be until the third time.
I do like that She-Hulk has like 4 bad dates, and then she has one kind of good one, and then she starts getting really into the guy because of it.
Yeah, and then he basically leaves her because she didn't turn back to She-Hulk. She's just Jen.
Yeah, that shit hit kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
but also, you wake up the next morning and they're basically literally a different person. I would be freaked out a bit as well.
I mean, me too, but like I'm sure that like people at this point know, like, Hulk has a human form too, It's not just She-Hulk. Also, shout out to the idiots on her matching site. How was she not finding a match as Jin? Tatiana Maslany, very attractive lady is all I'm saying.
It's a bit of that Hollywood trope of like, they cast whatever superstar, amazing actress, and it's like, how do we convey that they're unpopular and not attractive? I know, give them glasses. There we go.
What's
Like,
with that?
how do we make her not conventionally attractive? I know, messy hair. There we go.
Yeah. I think there's people that have glasses that are cute, like Jack.
Oh.
I liked your glasses, Jack.
Yeah. And yeah,
I actually have my own glasses.
I prefer her over She-Hulk.
I don't want this whole video to be comparing the court cases, but between episode 3 and 4. But I do want to mention, I like your glasses, Jack. I have glasses, but I'm not wearing them on camera.
I only wear these when it's basically when I sit far away for like class or whatever. But other than that, I don't really wear these that much.
I have reading glasses. I specifically have glasses to help me But I I really like this court case felt a little more realistic to me, except for one scene I'll talk about in a minute. Actually, I guess I'm talking about it now. Um, fucking, I thought it was pretty cool that their defense was, yo, you can't copyright magic. Which, yeah, I guess you kind of can't. Like, if it's out there and people are having it, what, you're just not supposed to use it ever again after you leave Carmitage? That doesn't add up.
Their no copywriting magic thing is more of a like actual thing of you can't copyright a magic trick, like in our world type thing.
Yeah, I just like that legitimately Wong's, like, defense here is him being like, hey man, you can't do this, I'll sue. And then being like, what are you suing us for? We're just using magic. You taught us this thing. We get to use it now.
You join the military for however many years, go off to war, and then come back. You're not keeping the gun.
You're not keeping the gun, but if you were trained in things like tech for the military, or you were trained, like, specifically psyops, or trained in manipulation tactics and stuff, freaking, you don't just lose those. You still have that.
Fair.
But here's where the cartoony thing happened with this case too. They call in Madison with a Y to take the stand, and she's clearly drunk.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of the case right there. If your witness is drunk on the stand, you've lost the case.
Yeah.
So right there was a moment where I was like, okay, I think I as a person need to take this series a little less seriously. But the problem I have with that is Daredevil is about to show up in this show in one of these episodes. And they take the court cases pretty damn seriously in that show. Like, I'm sure if we were to, like, get an actual lawyer to look at those episodes, there would probably be holes in them too. But for the most part, when there's, like, a law scene in Daredevil, they take the show pretty damn seriously. So when you do have stuff like that where, like, even I as a person am kind of aware you can't do that, it kind of takes me out of the show a little. Even if she did recently have a conversation with a satanic goat, and I should be more focused on that.
Yeah, Jake the demon. Jake the demon.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and I think I'm about to pull a Kneale on this one. I thought she was talking about Mephisto.
Here's the thing. She was. That goat demon might be some other person. I don't know. I don't know why the goat is named Jake at the end. Maybe that's because Madison named the goat Jake. I don't know. You
But
cannot.
Cornelius knew Jake.
You cannot convince me that that is not Mephisto. That is Mephisto. He made a deal. He took some of her blood. It's Mephisto, or it's somebody who works for him. I guarantee you.
Some other demon. Yeah. I mean, the goat legs, cloven hooves thing is pretty typical of your.
I mean, how many demons do we know? How many demons do we really know?
In the MCU?
Yeah.
Well, there's Chthon, and then there's the fucking symbiote demon guy. His name is Kneale. There's a couple demons.
But that's not MCU canon yet.
Nope, not yet. But maybe in the future. Here's the thing. There are plenty of demons.
I'm sure a lot of Norse things that have popped up in the Thor movies would be demon adjacent.
Yeah.
Well, once again, there are plenty of demons in the MCU, so it's very possible that this is not Mephisto. But the fact that she made a deal with him, and she's not allowed to talk about the rules of that deal, I'm sorry, that's Mephisto 101. That's just what the dude does. So...
Make people's marriages, yeah.
We don't talk about...
We don't talk about Mephisto. Whoa.
No.
Yeah, but then the rest of that's like, aside from her being drunk on the stand, which, yep, I'm looking forward to Legal Eagle or one of those YouTubers that are breaking down everything wrong with all these cases when the show's done. But I love Jen's reaction of, even the lawyer's a magician as he's doing the infinite hankies.
That just on the Mephisto train for one more second. I did kind of hope, because the show seems very good at predicting what the audience will do. Specifically when she looks to the camera and she's like, "You look happy. You're happy because Wong's back, aren't you?" And I had just finished laughing at Wong's joke, where he did the whole Johnny Blaze will pay, or Donnie Blaze, I'm sorry. The show wanted this to happen. They did this to me. But I wanted her to look to the camera and say, "No, it's not Mephisto." And the fact that she did not do that makes me think it is indeed Mephisto. So I want to deposit you guys this question. Let's say Mephisto is going to be in the MCU. Who do you think should play him?
Ooh.
I have my fan cast. During the time of WandaVision, I picked out who I would like to see play Mephisto, and I'm sticking with it. I would love to see Mark Hamill play the part of Mephisto.
Oh.
I think it would be cool. Because, we've seen him play villains before.
Joker, Skeleton King, Firelord, Ozai.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Flash TV show, but
yeah, I've seen this clip.
Mark Hamill comes in to play a character who in the comics was literally created as a parody of the Joker called the Trickster, and he plays a terrifying, straight up just Joker version of this character, and it's great.
Oh, he plays Hobgoblin in Spider-Man.
He does.
Yeah.
I believe that's true as well. I'm just saying,
like the '90s Spider-Man. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we could get Mark Hamill in like a red tuxedo, I'd believe him as Satan. He's got the voice for it.
That's true.
Do you guys
trying to think.
I don't know.
I'm gonna send you a picture, Neil. My fan cast is gonna be Peter Serafinowicz.
Mm-hmm.
If you're familiar at all with that actor, he's in Shaun of the Dead. He's their other housemate.
I recognize this guy, but here's the thing: I don't know. He's in
a lot of British stuff. But this specific picture is like the hair done like that and the facial hair. I'm like, yeah, I see that.
I could see it. What was that, Cher?
Of course, it's British.
All evil characters are British. Come on, you've seen enough movies to know this.
Cher, have you read the Bible? The devil is British. It's right there in the Bible.
It's literally in the text. It's written in English. Come on.
It says, "Love thy neighbor, thou shalt not steal," and yo, why is the devil British? Britain isn't even
love your neighbor, thou shalt not steal. Oi, governor! What?
Oi, governor! It's me, Satan.
Come and be yourself.
Would you like to make me a deal and give you 5 drops of your blood? Mephisto. Our lovable goofball.
I mean, I know there's, I don't know, guys, because I like villains that are intimidating, but I also like villains who are funny.
Ironically enough, I brought him up earlier. Luke Evans wouldn't be a bad choice either. I like Luke Evans.
I like Luke Milton Drake, but he's already playing the devil in the Cuphead show. So, but maybe oh shoot, what's the dude from The Good Place?
Oh, that's
Ted Danson, I think. Yeah, Ted Danson. Or and this might be a little bit too obvious just because I love Hercules, James Woods.
I would also take James Woods.
James Woods. I haven't seen James Woods recently.
He's in Family
Yeah.
Guy a lot.
How old is he now? I think he could pull that off.
I mean, Mephisto is one of those characters where I think they could age him up and it'd be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, Mephisto was in the Ghost Rider movies. Although they called him Mr. Mephistopheles in those movies.
Wait, Mr. Mistopheles?
Yes, they did.
Mr. Mistopheles?
Yes, they
Well,
did.
yeah, that's a name for Satan, but instead they called him Mephistopheles or something like that. Something
Wait.
weird.
He's Mr. Mistopheles? The magic?
Yeah. Also,
Mr.
Heimdall was in the second movie.
No wonder there's a song that he... What?
Oh, I'm just remembering that Mr. Mephistopheles or whatever the fuck we just said. He's the guy from Cats.
Yes, well done. You caught it up.
Well, that fucking name is kind of similar to actually the devil's name.
Bob.
Magical
Hi, I'm Bob Satan.
Mistopheles.
Hi, I'm Bob Satan.
Pleasure to
Tired
meet
of
you.
piles of
Welcome to
owls
hell.
blocking your driveway.
What are we talking about? Oh yeah,
His
She-Hulk.
lawyer was a magician, and he did the best magic trick of the entire show, which I will now replicate. Behold, a bird. That was amazing. I was instantly on his side for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. The fucking writing of the show, man.
Mistopheles.
I don't get how the rest of the... I've written audience in my notes, but I don't know what the actual term is. The rest of the people watching the proceedings
Well,
in court.
they're not a jury. I don't actually know the term for that either. I guess observers? Witnesses?
Witnesses? The audience. Why were they all going, wow? They were all surprised by the rabbit that they could see the guy lift and put on the desk.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Do you see why I have the criticism of some scenes are a little cartoony?
Right.
Yes.
Silly rabbit chicks are for kids.
God,
That's the reference I get, despite never having seen that serial in my life.
I also love that on the way out, she spoils Sopranos for Wong again.
Again. We're gonna have some froyo and watch some Sopranos.
I do like that the ending is Wong has somehow made friends with her and they're just hanging out and talking about alcohol.
Yeah.
Maybe next time Wong gets invited to a Shang-Chi bar situation, he'll have a date this time, and that's cool.
Yeah, they can sing a whole
I ship it from that
line.
post-credit scene. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I legitimately want Madison to become like Wong's love interest. I would love that. If next time we see Madison, what if there's a scene where Wong has to sacrifice himself, and he just looks to Doctor Strange and goes, "Tell Madison, who spells her name with a Y, I love her."
With two N's and a Y, but it's not what you'd expect.
It's important that you realize it's Madison with a Y, Stephen, because I do actually know a Madison without a Y. So go find the one with the Y.
Oh.
Yep, it has two N's and a Y, but it's not where you think.
Donnie Blaze continues his show. Okay, cool, opens the portal and these weird demons come out. I've just put Cornish Pixies plus Mogwai.
I put Gremlins.
I also thought they looked like Cornish pixies. I'm glad we both thought that.
Yeah.
Although...
Was I getting Harry Potter vibes?
Yeah, Cornish Pixies.
Here's the thing. Would you like to know something?
No.
I promise this is not intentional. Jack chooses to know nothing.
And now he's frozen.
Yeah, Jack, doing that, you froze it.
Yeah, he became Jack Frost.
Oh no, if he has to leave and rejoin. Yep, he fucked up the capture. I knew this would happen. Wait, did he actually...
He left.
Well, now everybody gets to look at big-faced Cher for the rest of the video.
I don't have a big face.
It's
Oh, he's back.
okay. It's just a normal face.
You know what I thought it said? I thought it said, please start your scam.
God damn it, Jack.
I didn't mean to fuck up the capture.
You
Way to
did
go.
fuck up the capture. You did. Turn your camera back on.
Way to go, Frostbite.
Working on it. There we go.
There you go. Love to see you. The thing I was gonna say was a fun fact too, you asshole.
I feel bad about it now. It was funny until my laptop turned off.
So fun fact. Oh, people will love it though. Fun fact. Those demons. I don't think this was intentional, but they look exactly, almost one for one. I think the skin color is a little different, but that is legitimately the only difference. They look exactly like these demons that were in an episode of Spectacular Spider-Man. Not even kidding. There's an episode where Mysterio shows up and he has these like fake robo demons. They look exactly like these cute little Cornish pixie dudes. Like
What?
one for one almost.
Or did he?
What was that, Cher? I didn't hear you. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Magical Mr. Mistopheles.
Oh yeah, he did it. Also, I guess I need more clarification here. There's a scene where one of the demons bites She-Hulk, you know. She was gonna bang this dude, but then like Wong cock blocked her.
Wong's just, why are you not answering your phone? Oh, I see.
I love the part where he's like, I feel like your dad. Oh, I also love the line of call my lawyer. That was like, yeah, badass moment. But the fucking Cornish pixie guys, one of them bites She-Hulk, and then she throws him away.
Who's
And then
smart?
it gets bigger.
Or
Did it
who's so-
get bigger because it ate the Hulk blood, or
Ooh.
was it just growing?
I don't think it actually, like, I think it was sort of gnawing on her. I don't think it was actually managing to break the skin.
Yeah. What is that?
Is there a fly?
What?
I thought someone was farting at first, but then maybe it sounds like a fly.
Oh, there's a fly on my fucking mic. I didn't
Baxter
even
Stockman,
see
is that
that
you?
shit. Get out of here.
How did we notice that before you did?
Because you heard it. It was on
right
the
now,
mic.
Kneale. How do I know there's a fly on your microphone before you do?
Okay, let's break this down. The fly is black. My camera is black. The area where the mic is black. I was not looking at the camera. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your face because I'm talking to you. So the fly just got there while I was doing the show. It was like the perfect time to do that shit.
It was funny.
How do you think professional YouTubers avoid that?
Bug spray.
Well, it's hot, so flies are hanging out in my house. There's just these two that seem to be bothering me.
Are they mating?
Nah, they're just kind of looking at each other and looking at me. I'm watching them now.
Yep. Fighting the demons. I don't think it broke her skin and got any Hulk blood or anything.
No.
Because then there's like a bunch of them. They all sort of get bigger as the fight goes on anyway.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, a few of them got bigger, so I guess that probably wasn't Hulk blood stuff.
But then Wong opens another portal. They start just throwing them through.
Mm.
And it's like, okay, it's a cold, snowy environment. Is it Mount Wundagore? Is it just like my initial thought was the top of Everest again? Just 'cause
So
that's where the ancient one used to open the portals to.
I actually had a little bit of a plot hole to bring up, but then I kind of argued in my head and I might have solved the plot hole already. Now, Cher, I know you haven't seen Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but in that, there's a character named American Chavez. No, I'm not giving you spoilers. there's a character named American Chavez.
That's right. I remember explaining this to my dad when he was drunk and high, and they talked about Squirrel Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, so American Chavez is in the movie, and
She creates portals.
it's established that her whole thing is she can go to different dimensions with her powers and stuff, and other people can't. So how did Donnie Blaze make a portal to another dimension?
Aha. Well, you said you debated this in your head.
Yep.
Continue.
Well, I kind of figured out that they already had the ability to, like, go to the mirror dimension. So because of that, I was like, well, that probably means that there are some places that magic can take you, but, like, parallel universes in other dimensions probably aren't okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna get a little weird. It's gonna get a little wild. I ain't from around here. I'm from another dimension.
Another dimension.
It's sad that the show just went downhill.
I did not finish it. I got halfway through
It
season
had
3.
it had so much potential, and then it just went downhill.
Unfortunately, yeah. There were still some fun episodes along the way during the decline, but yeah.
Hey, if anyone's disappointed with how Star vs. the Forces of Evil went, go watch Owl House.
Yeah.
Owl House is good.
I kind of feel the same way about Miraculous Ladybug right now. And I love that show, man.
Yeah, no, I think it's just the difference between American Chavez as sort of parallel universes, alternate timelines, versus the difference between dimensions and realms and
they can go to the dark dimension with magic too. So to me, I think it's like, if it's like a different like realm, like if it's like hell or something, you can go there. But if it's like an alternate timeline or something, nah.
I think that's probably. Let's go with that being the difference. Your sling rings can open doorways in space, not time and timelines.
I like that there's enough logic in the movies where I can kind of figure out that plot hole and go, nah, this is probably what happened.
Yeah, and as long as they don't end up contradicting it somewhere. Cough, cough. Morbius post-credit scene. What even were you?
Morbius is on Netflix now.
No, they tweeted out that it's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
Here's the thing. I'm very excited to finally go see that movie on Netflix.
Is it worth it though?
If it's as bad as everybody says,
if you're already subscribed to Netflix, there's no reason not to.
Oh, because I was gonna rewatch some Cuphead again, because Devil's my favorite character, because Luke Milton Jake is hot, but yeah, gotta add him another part for my celebrity crushes again. I have a lot of celebrity crushes.
I got like
Next
2.
video coming to Cher's channel, top 10 celebrity crushes.
I hope I make the list. But
sling rings, portals.
I completely forgot what I was saying.
Oh yeah,
Morbius
Morbius, Morbin time, Netflix.
Oh yeah, Morbius might be one of my biggest disappointments ever, because Morbius has a Spider-Man character. Is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Number 1 is Mysterio, number 2 is Morbius, and number 3 is Tombstone. Here's the thing. That first trailer that came out for Morbius with Beethoven's For Elise in it, that trailer was fucking awesome. Like, say what you want about the movie, that trailer was dope to me. So the fact that the movie sucked really, really bummed me out, because I had faith after that trailer.
I mean, I would say my favorite Spider-Man villains, I don't know, there's something about Green Goblin that just... I just get a feel for Green Goblin.
I adore Green Goblin. Here's the thing. When Green Goblin is done right, Green Goblin usually ends up being my favorite character in something. But of, like, the powers and of the things you can do with them, Green Goblin has the more interesting character, and he's cool as a character. Mysterio just has powers I really like.
Right.
Being none.
But
But
that's what's
anyways,
cool about it.
yeah.
Agreed.
They fight all the demons.
The final
She-Hulk.
demons. I wanted to highlight before we completely move on from that scene that Wong like tweaking the sling ring to be like a vortex and like suck them through. It was good fun.
That was cool as shit. I do wonder why he didn't just do that at the beginning.
Because they were all over the room and he needed Jen to sort of fight them more his direction.
We needed an action scene in the 4th episode.
Maybe he's just tricky, you know? How long ago was the first Doctor Strange movie? It's an advanced technique.
6 years ago.
I am being picky, but it does make sense that She-Hulk probably needed to come in and help because like it's Cornish pixies. There were a ton of them, and he needed time to cast the spell. So she needed to help.
Yeah.
I do also like the line of, "Wow, you're incredible, She-Hulk," and her just going, "For some reason, people really like to say that to me." Get it? Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Get it? She-Hulk just grabs the camera, starts shaking it. Get it?
That'll be in Deadpool 3. He'll grab the camera and start screaming at the audience.
I am telling you, if the last after credit scene of the last episode is Wong, She-Hulk, Madison with Y's and N's all sitting down and watching The Sopranos, and then Deadpool comes in with a bucket of popcorn. That's perfect for me.
No, it's them sitting watching it, and then the camera pulls out again, and it's Deadpool watching them watching.
Oh, he's watching She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Sorry, I was looking at Idina Menzel for Disenchanted. They just showed a promo for Disenchanted.
Oh yeah, D23.
D23 is happening right now, chat. They announced.
Let's conclude this so we can get back. We can all follow D23 stuff.
Oh, I know. I'm looking at it right now. They announced a Black Panther and Captain America video game. But let's keep going. Which might take place during Captain America's war times. It might not be T'Challa who is the Black Panther. At least I hope
not. Titania is free.
Sorry.
Titania is a free influencer.
Yeah, how did she get... How? They need to explain how.
Maybe
because she was confident that her legal team would handle it.
Right.
She threw a pew at a judge. She picked up a big old chair in the courtroom. Shut up, truck. She picked up a big old seat and threw it at a judge. That's at least a life sentence. At least.
Maybe she's working for someone that kind of helped her get free, and then she basically sued Jen for trademark.
That's why I need them to explain it. It literally can't be, oh, my legal team just figured it out. Either somebody had to, like, do some backroom shenanigans to get her out. It just makes no sense. Also, shout out to the copyright thing. I feel like that's going to be funny to deal with in next episode.
Yeah. I'm curious if, like, my hope for next episode is, you remember back in episode 2, it's like, when they cut to the title screen, it's like, She-Hulk, attorney at law, and there's like, She-Hulk, attorney for hire. I hope next episode is like, title screen, She-Hulk, attorney at law, which is the wee copyright, like, symbol in the corner. Copyright Titania LLC or something.
I am ready. Here's the thing. I am ready to go down this path. I'm ready for next episode to be Titania's big episode. How the fuck are we getting Daredevil in this show later? Like, just with all the lunacy and all the, like, silly things happening. I really wonder what Daredevil's role's going to be and if it's going to feel kind of out of character. I hope not. I really hope not. But I'm just wondering. I'm curious to see where we go from here. And I do want to bring up one concern I have, if that's all right with you guys. We are at episode 4. There's supposed to be 9. So theoretically, one could argue that this is the halfway point. This in episode 5. Episode 5 is literally going to be in the middle. So we don't know who the main villain is yet. We've only really had signs of, like, a couple references to the main villain. And we know that the next episode is going to deal with stuff with Titania, and then we're probably going to start the Daredevil stuff. I'm a little worried the show might be getting a little too crowded. Like, there's a lot of characters in this. There's a lot of different plot lines. Like, you might have noticed Nikki is not in the show a ton. She just has a couple scenes here and there. Pug wasn't even in this episode.
I think he's cute.
I also think Pug is cute. But I want more Pug because of that.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like what was the last Marvel show that had 9 episodes?
That would be WandaVision, I believe, has the most. I believe WandaVision had more than 9.
Because if so, I just hope it doesn't turn out the way that I mean, because I don't get me wrong, I like WandaVision, at least up until the ending, kind of. Yeah, but I want to give this one a chance, but at the same time, I'm a little concerned.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff going on in this show, and the individual episodes have been really good. But if we view it as a whole, the direction of the show seems to be a little bit everywhere, which I'm okay with because it is a comedy. But that being said, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence with sticking the landing of the show. Like, I just don't know how this ends, is kind of what I'm getting at. Like, we don't have a lot of stakes built up yet. We don't know who the main threat is. And I feel like at this point we should be more aware of things like that. Because now they have to still set that up, and they're going to have to show what the villain's plan is, and what their goals are for She-Hulk. Why do they want the blood? Do they want to become a supervillain? Is it that weird swarmy dude in the, like, friggin' dating scene? Is it the leader? Is it Red Hulk? What's going on there? I don't know the fucking answers yet. And I've watched 4 episodes of this thing. So I hope we start getting a clearer path of that soon, is all I'm saying. That's my big criticism so far. And I will retract that criticism if they do start setting up those things in the next couple of episodes. Which I feel like they have to. But with that, I think we have covered all of She-Hulk, right? Oh, we didn't talk about the guy who ditched her like a dick.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about it. What were your guys' ratings?
My note is literally, the Doctor was kind of a nothing anyway. He was,
Although
he was cute. He wasn't talking about himself.
Well,
Bare minimum, I guess. Okay.
I think it's there to, like, establish that her dating life and her finding things like love are going to be more difficult now because of the thing with She-Hulk. Because by all accounts, that guy was kind of like, she had a good night with him, she had a good date with him. That guy was pretty good, except for the fact he was only interested in She-Hulk, and that sucked.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's setting up that Pug will theoretically become a love interest in later episodes. I don't know. Maybe that's setting up a future. I know in that trailer we just watched, she seemed to be kind of into Matt Murdock. So, I don't know, maybe it's setting that up. But what did you guys think of She-Hulk episode 4?
I like it better than episode 3, but at the same time, I'm a little concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Madison, I thought I would hate her, but I kind of like her.
I'm actually gonna probably give this episode my highest rating so far. I'm gonna give it an 8.
I was gonna give it like at least like a 7.5, but yeah.
Well, legitimately, this episode, like the other episodes, have been funny. This episode had me laughing a lot. Like, God, I will never forget Wong just going, "Donnie, please, we'll pay for this." Just so angrily after getting a movie spoiled. Because I've been that guy. I've been the person where someone looks to me, and actually I have a perfect example in the MCU. Somebody told me without a shadow of a doubt Vision died in Infinity War. And I looked to them as if I was going to murder them, and I screamed. But yeah, this episode was funny. The fourth wall breaks were good in this too. I love Jim's dad. I love Madison. I even love Donnie Blaze and kind of hope he comes back. I also love that She-Hulk is, with this episode, really kind of becoming what she was in the comics. She's becoming a lawyer specifically for the superheroes and the Avengers. This felt like the first big step for that, because she literally became Wong's lawyer. I really want there to be stuff like this, and I want to bring up specifically, just real fast. There was a theory on another podcast called the MCU Crew. They were saying they wanted a crossover episode between Falcon and the Winter Soldier and She-Hulk, specifically where She-Hulk takes on the court case of the first Captain America, Isaiah Bradley. And I was hearing their pitch, and in my head I was like, oh my god, this would be perfect. Because in the comics, She-Hulk specifically has a case where she does stuff with old Captain America, old Steve Rogers. So wouldn't it be something if Isaiah Bradley is suing the government or something for what happened to him, She-Hulk takes the case, and everyone's like, well, he's not actually Captain America. We don't have to view it as that. And old Steve Rogers comes out as a witness. I'm just saying, that would be the coolest shit. I just want to bring it up because it's cool. That's the only reason I'm mentioning it in Final Thoughts. But that being said, I love that She-Hulk is a show where we can have those theories. Like, we could honestly have another court case battle between Spider-Man, She-Hulk, and Daredevil one day. We could see all these different characters have legal trouble, and that could be a funny joke. I want someone to sue Ant-Man. I want to see where that goes.
No, I'd sue him for defamation on his podcast or something.
Oh, yeah. The villain starts suing him for that. That would be great. I, for the life of me, can't think of a villain who survived Ant-Man, actually. Well, I guess technically Ghost survived, but she's a good guy
Ghost
now.
and Goliath. But were they really villains at the end of the film? Sonny Birch, maybe?
Yeah, that dude's coming back in something. I don't trust that
guy. For me, so this episode by itself is what I wanted. I mean, it's taken us till episode 4 to get to it, so it's like, okay, if the rest of the series is this, great. I wanted it to be this episodic thing. Okay, this is the superhero law. This is the case thing that we're dealing with. Here we go. And yeah, okay, so Jen, as the main character, gets some, stuff going on in their life and everything. But this is the case that we're dealing with episode by episode, something interesting. And this really was. I really like the idea of this. again, the jokes, Johnny Blaze and everything, a lot of it was great. I've given every episode a 6 so far. This was so close to being an 8.
Mm.
But I can't give it that for this one thing that's really bugging me. And sure, they might answer it in the next couple episodes or something. But I feel like it really should have been in this episode. What was the conclusion to the case?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I will review and get back to you later.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, we continue, and it never got back to us later. We never found out how that ended. And that really bugs me, because what I was looking forward to with this show is, you know, this new precedent, superhero law, you know, from the comics. Can Spider-Man testify in court as Spider-Man wearing a mask, you know? These interesting ramifications of a world with all these superheroes. And this was the first one, so, I mean, Abomination is the specific case. Runa was that specific case. I know this was, oh, okay, this is interesting. This could set like a legal precedent and everything for world building, and it just didn't. They didn't commit to an answer. And that really bugs me.
You see, I wonder if that might be... Jack, you've just given me a bit of a theory on what the Daredevil episodes could be. What if Frogman, best MCU character ever, goes and tries to fight crime, but he actually gets, like, blamed for the crime? But another vigilante that was there and saw that he didn't commit the crime was Daredevil. So what if they actually bring up the Spider-Man debate? What if they bring up, oh, can Daredevil, not Matt Murdock, but Daredevil, wear his mask and be called into court? And maybe that's why She-Hulk seeks him out, because she needs to, like, help Frogman. I hope they cover that, dude. I hope that debate is brought up.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. But they didn't give it out. They just didn't bother in this episode.
Mm.
They might down the line, but I doubt it. So,
well,
this is the closest to being an 8, but I still enjoyed it more than the other episodes. This is a 7 for me.
Here's my thing, and I mean this in the nicest way. I want to advertise I really like the writing of the show. I want to make that very clear. Love the writing. The show has been really good so far. The character's a goddamn lawyer. If you can't write court cases, find another writer. Like, that's her thing. Her whole thing is she's a lawyer. If you aren't good at writing these court cases, either get good at it or get somebody in the writer's room who can. But that is all I really have to say about that. Cher, have you given your final thoughts and ranking?
Oh, I was saying I was giving it a 7.5. I mean,
7.5.
because I mean, like I said, I liked it better than episode 3. I mean, I just don't want to get my hopes up too high. I like kind of learned that from certain other shows, but yeah, I actually had fun with this episode. It was funny. It was. Oh, I hear a fly again.
Yeah, they're hanging out.
Yeah, so episode 3, we gave an 18 out of 30. And episode 4, we gave a 22.5 out of 30. It's our highest rated episode so far.
Yeah, so hopefully, like what Jack said, hopefully the next episodes are along the lines of this.
Mm.
I mean, you are right. There are some very unusual, kooky moments that happen just because, but
I'm okay with there being funny scenes, like everything with the lawyer that flips them off and everything with the jokes that happened in the courtroom. I'm fine with jokes happening in the courtroom. It's just specifically when She-Hulk is trying to present herself as a serious lawyer and even mentions the Book of American Law in this episode. And then they let a witness be drunk. It's just shit like that kind of gets me out of it a bit.
Yeah.
But with that, I think we're done. So do you guys have anything to plug?
Jack can go first.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna make sure these fucking flies don't get on my mic while you do it.
No, yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Jack of All Trades. Jack of All Trades. Made in Abyss movie. We finally that video was up. That took a lot of editing, and then even when it was done, a lot of trial and error and copyright workarounds. But we got there. It's great. Go check out that video. I'm actually quite proud of it. A lot of fun we edits throughout. And then, just as I was saying earlier, Adventure Time Wizard City Distant Lands episode 4, that is recorded. That is a third of the way through being edited, so that'll be up in the next week. And then, yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6, Stone Ocean Part 2 just came out on Netflix, and I watched the Limp Bizkit arc. Yikes, that was grim. Looking forward to seeing what happens next, though I was very disappointed by the lack of Flaccid Pancake.
Limp
That
Bizkit,
makes no sense if you are
rapper?
not familiar with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I mean, now I kind of want to watch the show.
So basically, it's like well, not every, a lot of the characters in the show and like the superpowers in the show are named after, they're all like music references.
Mm.
So, oh, this one guy's superpower is called Limp Bizkit. And the problem is Japanese copyright law and sort of Western copyright law are different. So when they're localizing it, like translating it, a lot of the time they have to change the name, they have to change the music reference. So in the manga, in the written translation, Limp Bizkit became Flaccid Pancake. Yeah.
I love that. That's such a better rapper name.
It was like, oh, they change Notorious B.I.G. to Notorious Chase. They change Sticky Fingers to Zipper Man. There's a lot of weird changes, but it's so much fun. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is absolutely a recommendation of mine.
I don't know. Sounds kind of bizarre for me.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I also do stuff on the internet. I have currently started playing the game Sally Face on Twitch, which I am also uploading to YouTube. We're having a lot of fun because it's a very spooky game, and I like me some spooky shit, in case you did not realize. Also, we are getting fairly close to Halloween. It's still little bits away, but we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting closer to Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So, gotta start getting spooky. If the Halloween stores are already allowed to open and sell costumes, I'm allowed to play spooky games, goddammit. I do think there will be a video coming up talking about D23. I don't know who's going to be in that video. It might just be me. It could be us fuckers. We'll figure all that out later. But I do also kind of want to do a video just talking about this year's Oogie Boogie Bash at Disney World. I don't know if I'd be any good at that, though. I just want to talk about how good the Ernesto de la Cruz costume they have is.
Yes.
Have you guys seen that shit? Jackie,
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so you know Ernesto de la Cruz from Coco?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how the fuck they did it, but they have a costume that legitimately just looks like him in the animated show, like in real life.
Like the animated movie, yeah.
And it doesn't look creepy, it doesn't look weird, it looks real, and it looks really nice. And he sings like a villainous version of Remember Me at the Park, and it's so cool. I watch it every time it's on Instagram. It's so good.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, dude, the costume is so impressive. I don't understand it. It just looks so good.
Yeah, I need to see that emotion to see how they do the face. That looks great.
Dude, it looks good. It looks like him. It looks real. They made a cartoon real, and it blows my damn mind. What else do I need to plug? Sorry, I got distracted by the De La Cruz shit. Yeah, I guess that's it for my plugs. It's your turn to share.
I want to say, like, me?
I was gonna get to you.
Oh, you shouldn't have. No, but hello everybody. I know last time we did episode 2, I think we got cut off because of Kneale. It's okay. I totally
Yeah.
forgive. But I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. It should be my first and last name. I have a YouTube channel. I actually have 2 YouTube channels. My first channel is called Share underscore from underscore 2000. I recently just did my top 10 favorite Barbie movies, inspired by this Canadian YouTuber. Her name is Caitlin McKillop. I love watching her videos. She does a lot of Disney videos, like Disney Channel, and she talks about the different international Disney Channel shows and Barbie. So I was basically inspired by her videos, so I made my own video. And those who know me personally probably already know what number 1 is. I'll give you a hint. It has to do something with dancing. But anyways, I have a lot of personal things going on right now in my life, so I'll still try to post something in October, something definitely Halloween related. I don't know if I want to do another top 10, like my top 10 favorite Disney villains or Disney villain songs, or maybe talk about the Halloween Town movies because I love watching Halloween Town. Or heck, even do my own thoughts on Hocus Pocus since Hocus Pocus 2 comes out on the 30th of September. I'm still trying to figure things out. My second YouTube channel, Share Your Creations, is all one word. Pretty much just me dropping things from the past 6 years I've done on iMovie because I'm not really good at creating those Photoshop videos that take a lot of work that I only like to watch. But I mainly done like a lot of anyone that's a big fan of dance moms, like me. I've done like a lot of like these things called audio swaps where I switch the music that they use in the show and I use a song that you probably guys know. I've done an Evanescence song. I've done Avril Lavigne, Panic at the Disco. I recently just uploaded this morning Everybody Wants to Rule the World, but it's the Lord version from Hunger Games. So yeah, I have lots of more, but I'm only gonna do it one at a time just because I'm concerned about copyright, especially music and actual videos and stuff. But just in case that channel goes down in flames, which I don't want it to go down in flames, but just in case it does, at least I have my first YouTube channel. Sorry if I made this a little bit too long, but yeah.
I am battling to the death with these fucking flies. You guys can't see it, but I'm swatting left and right.
Don't worry, I know how it feels. I remember the last couple of weeks we had flies in my room. Well, not in my room, but like in the house. And flies all over the yard. And my dad basically went through like it looks like a war zone in my backyard. Let's just say that. There's a lot of dead bodies. There's a lot of dead fly bodies. I'll just say that.
I thought you were talking about human bodies. I was gonna be like, did your dad pull out a gun and try to shoot the flies?
No.
I'm gonna get at one of these shots. I swear to God. I don't care how many people I gotta get to get this fly.
No, but that's pretty much it. I'm also very excited about Disney 23 Expo because, of course, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love Marvel and Star Wars, but it's Disney for me. You can totally see the Frozen poster back here, and
I do want to do that clear. Make that clear. This channel clearly has a bias towards Marvel and Star Wars stuff. I'm just a Disney bitch, man. I'll watch anything Disney. Honestly, we might end up covering Hocus Pocus too, because I love Hocus Pocus.
yes, I would totally love to be in that again.
So here's the thing: we usually end on a joke, but today is actually a special day, considering it is the first day of D23. We already have the Black Panther Captain America video game announcement. which sounds awesome to me. So I guess I have to ask for you guys. What's something you hope to be announced at D23? And it doesn't have to be Marvel. It doesn't have to be Disney. Uh, it doesn't have to be Star Wars. There is no specific thing I'm asking you to predict. Just what would you like to hear from D23? Personally, I'll go first because, I asked the question, so I should go first while you can think of your answers. I hope they talk about some more rides coming to Avengers Campus because right now I feel like they don't have a main big ticket attraction like Rise of the Resistance was at Disney's Galaxy's Edge, which I have ridden, and that, by the way, Jack, since I know you're a Star Wars fan too, one day I will kidnap you and make you ride that ride. It is a Star Wars fan must.
Okay.
But I guess in terms of like Marvel stuff, if they announce a Hawkeye season 2, I'll freak out. Hell, if they announce a Moon Knight season 2, I'll freak out. I would love word that Hawkeye's going to be in Thunderbolts 2 to like, not Thunderbolts 2. I would love word that he's going to be in Thunderbolts because he was in the comics. But non-Hawkeye stuff, I mean, I'd love a Nova movie. I really want specifically Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy to get her own thing. Because I adore that character, and I think she could have her own show. I think that'd be very cool. Star Wars, I've always wanted them to do more with Chirrut and Baze Malbus from Rogue One. And since Andor seems to be getting a lot of hype, maybe something with them could be cool. Also, I'd just like to know what the next big thing from Pixar and Disney is going to be. What's the next Coco? What's the next Encanto?
What's the next?
Like to know.
Or if they're doing Frozen 3.
Oh, we can only hope, right? Frozen 3,
I mean,
right?
I will say, obviously I have a Frozen poster right behind me. I like Frozen. Like, okay, maybe that's an understatement. I love Frozen. Probably more the first one than the second one, but I like the songs better in the second one.
Some of the songs in the second one are a jam.
Elsa's dress is probably my favorite, but I keep hearing rumors that there's supposed to be a Frozen 3, and I think it would be nice to kind of end it on like a trilogy, or even do like what they did with Tangled and do like a TV series, because that just makes so much more sense. And if they did a crossover with like Frozen and Tangled, I will be happy. If they did like a Disney princess show, or even like a Disney villain show, I will be so happy. But right now I have Patty Cake Productions, so I guess I'll do with that for now. But if they had like a Disney princess thing where they all come together, I'd be so super happy.
That is actually something I wasn't thinking about, but I hope they show, like, first of all, you haven't watched the Tangled show. It's really good. Second of all, they announced there was going to be a show about Tiana.
And Moana.
I hope that gets a trailer in the next couple of days. That would be cool. Specifically Tiana's, because Dr. Facilier just so happens to be one of my favorite Disney villains, and I would like to see him come back in some form.
Maybe I should do my top 10 favorite Disney villains. Maybe I might need help from my friends on the other side.
Is that us? Are we?
On the other side of the Atlantic?
What? Yes.
Are you talking about demons? Are you gonna make a deal with Mephisto to get like the tech to make this video?
Make a deal with Mephisto for a laptop.
I'd do it. Is it a good
for
laptop?
iMovie?
I'll be willing to do a collaboration. I don't care.
Is he now that we've mentioned this? I know we weren't specifically talking about this, but we were talking about tech. I just imagine Mephisto's super into cryptocurrency and he's trying to get people into it.
Yeah.
Hey, I can change your life, but if I do, you got to sign up for this this new form of currency that everyone's really going with.
I think my hopes would be, I mean, the absolute wish fulfillment hope that's not going to happen is more Gravity Falls, but Star Wars, I think there's not. I've not really got anything off the top of my head. I'd like to know more of what's to come. I imagine we'll get probably another Andor. Well, I mean, Andor's quite soon, so maybe another Andor teaser rather than a full trailer or something.
Oh, I wonder if they're going to make more announcements about... Because I know Pinocchio came out yesterday, not too favorable reviews. So I wonder if they're going to announce any more live actions whenever
Yeah, are we
they
gonna have any news on the Lilo and Stitch live action?
Are they gonna show like a sneak peek or trailer for like the Little Mermaid or whatever?
The Hercules one, I believe, has started shooting. So
is Danny DeVito playing Phil?
If he's not, I don't care about it.
Yeah, if he's not, I'm not watching it. That is the bare minimum that you must do.
I would. I mean, even like James Woods said that he'll come back as Hades, anything, but I don't know, man. If it's not him as Hades, because he was my favorite part of that movie besides Meg, who's behind me right here.
Here's the thing: if he doesn't come back, he wasn't Hades in Once Upon a Time, and that disappointed me. Yeah. But he's still Hades in Kingdom Hearts. So because of that, I'm kind of okay with it. If he doesn't show up in the live action movie, that's a missed opportunity. But hey, what are you gonna do?
I mean, or maybe a cameo. I don't.
Although if Danny DeVito is not Phil, why make the fucking movie? You know?
Yeah.
True.
On the Marvel side, and I think this is the most likely thing that I'm expecting to come out of D23 this year, is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special trailer. So that's this Christmas. Well, and there's nothing of it yet.
Here's the thing. There are rumors. I've talked about this once or twice. There are rumors that there is going to be a Halloween special coming out next month on Disney Plus that is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe called Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
If that is true, and they do not... Here's the thing. If that's real, they are either A, going to show a trailer for it this week, or B, it's not real.
Yeah.
Because they're not advertising it.
That had completely slipped my mind, but no, I remember hearing that was going to happen.
I mean, here's the thing, though. I kind of believe it because fucking Hocus Pocus is coming out this month. So that makes me wonder, okay, so what are you going to release literally on Halloween?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. There's
that makes
something
sense.
there. There's something there.
But I'm expecting the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer because Lego do advent calendars every year.
Mm-hmm.
The Marvel advent calendar this year is based on the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and you can already buy it. People already have it and have seen the figures and spoilers and everything from the advent calendar. And we don't even have a trailer for this thing yet.
They've got Funkos for it, too.
Yeah.
There. So, I don't know, man. I hope we see it in the next couple of days. Honestly, I'm just very excited for the Guardians of the Galaxy universe, specifically space shit, to be more part of the MCU a bit again. Because it's been a while since we've done space shit.
Yeah, we haven't had Cosmic in a wee while.
I mean, unless you
showed up in Endgame.
Unless you count Hulk literally just setting in a spaceship for a shot in the show. But yeah, no joke to end the episode. I think that's a good place to stop her off. So thank you guys for watching.
Guys, I'm going to make my own list of my celebrity crushes that are my possible soulmates. So disappear.
My soulmate is there a celebrity who's my soulmate? Weird Al. Me and him could get on. Yeah.
Fair.
I feel like if me and Weird Al met, the universe would explode. That would just be the end. Speaking of the end, bye bitches.